Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Monday the 25th of February 2019. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's kick off with a look at the overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. As it's a Monday, we'll look at things on a weekly basis, and I've highlighted the major weekly moves here. First of all then, the British pound against the US dollar. The pound holding its own despite the Brexit uncertainty, gaining by 1.15% across the week and trading shortly before we recorded the video above 130 against the US dollar. A bit of pushback again from Australasia, with the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar adding 0.28 and 0.29% over the course of last week, although most of those gains, well, all of those gains in fact I should say, have come in today's session, and we'll look at some of the reasons behind that momentarily. It's been the Chinese yuan though that's been the star performer in Asia, taking 1.22% off of the US dollar, as we can see here. Elsewhere there were gains for both the Canadian dollar and the Mexican peso against their US rival, and dollar index starts the week at 96.46, down by around 0.45%, thanks to the gains seen elsewhere in the table. Okay, what's on the calendar then? Events that may move the markets today. A relatively light calendar today, a chance to ease ourselves into the new trading week. We've already had coincident index and leading economic index data out of Japan. The leading economic index data, as you can see, coming in slightly below expectations in the prior read. To come at 8:15. From Switzerland, we will have employment levels from the fourth quarter. At 10 a.m. GMT, we'll have the first of the day's central banker speeches from the Bank of England's Governor Mark Carney. Then at 13:30, we cross over the Atlantic for the Chicago Fed National Activity Index data excuse me, for the month of January. Then at 1500, we shall have US wholesale inventories data for December, and that's followed at 15:30 by the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index for February. 1600 sees the second of the day central banker speeches with the Fed's Clarida talking to us then. At 16:30 we'll have 3 and 6 month T-bill auctions out of the USA, and that'll be followed at 1800 by the Treasury 5-year and Treasury 2-year note auctions out of the USA. Okay then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight and over the weekend. And first of all, President Donald Trump announces a delay to the China trade talks deadline of the 1st of March and says that a summit with President Xi of China will be held to conclude an agreement. Chinese equities have responded strongly and rallied on that news. Theresa May delays the Brexit meaningful vote for UK MPs once more, pushing that back until March the 12th, and ever closer to the March 29th deadline for a Brexit. Though over the weekend there were suggestions that even that March 29th deadline could itself be pushed back. The Mobile World Congress, the world's largest mobile phone show, gets underway in Barcelona, with Chinese firm Huawei taking centre stage, one of the biggest exhibitors there, but also of course under intense international pressure over sanctions busting allegations from the USA. Indonesia has had the least volatile economy in the 21st century, this according to World Bank data, with growth in the country ranging between 3 and 5% per annum between 2002 and 2017. Okay then, food for thought and something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Why not have a think about this? Data drawn from the World Economic Forum and the Visual Capitalist blog, plotting the median age of the continents, the global demographics of the world's population. And you can see here on our first chart the average age in each of the world's major continents. Very interesting to note that we have the youngest median population age in Africa and the oldest in Europe, and you can see the spread around the globe. The oldest country in the world is Monte Carlo. The youngest in the world is the African state of Niger. Well worth studying those data and seeking out the report from the WEF as well. Okay, risk warning time. Please take a moment to read this risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're unsure about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representatives who will be happy to take you through those. And as I say, please do read this risk warning thoroughly. Thank you for your time today.